Welcome, Solara here. I first and foremost want to say thank you to you guys for helping me to grow my channel so rapidly. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you who is showing up here and supporting me as I support you, because that's what it's all about. So thank you if you have newly joined. Thank you if you're returning, and welcome if you're here for the first time. I hope that you will stay. So I've had some very interesting energies that I have been navigating throughout today. I have a few messages that are all like marinating in my mental energy, and I don't know, I don't quite know how this is going to go tonight, but I will allow Spirit to lead. I wasn't going to come on here tonight because I was feeling a little bit scattered, mentally scattered. And yeah, we can blame Mercury retrograde, but I don't really like to, because for one thing, I'm highly mercurial. And so for me, it's not about becoming a victim to an energy. It's about recognizing what the energy is there to do and to teach us, and flowing with that energy, you know? I don't like all of the doom gloom stuff around retrograde energies, because I think retrograde energy can be really beautiful. But I will say that I woke up this morning and I found a card on my floor. And when I picked up the card and turned it over, it was the devil. And I was just like, what are you doing here, devil? Why are you on my floor, like all by yourself? What are you coming to speak to me about today? 222 on my clock, 2:22 in the morning. So anyway, I knew from the minute I saw that card that I had to pay attention. Let's put it that way. Because the fuckery, you know, the fuckery, it doesn't end. It doesn't run. It should never run our lives. But we always have to be aware of how the enemy is coming in to try and attack. Because right now, what is happening, and it's always kind of been this way, but because so many of you, so many of us have already done so much healing, and we've become very self-aware. And I'm going to remind you, those messages I posted on Sunday, they spoke about this for this very reason, because of the caliber of attacks that we have coming at us at this point. The only way we can be, we can fall into the trap of the enemy right now, really, is if we lack self-awareness. And that means if we're not listening to our own intuitive guidance, if we're not tuned into our divine channel, but more importantly, if we're not testing the spirits and the energy, and we're not recognizing what isn't ours and taking accountability for what is. So whenever energies come, whenever I feel things are kind of a little bit off, I start to ask the questions like, well, what is this? What is this energy? Is it me? Is it a projection? And so the answer I was getting, and actually I did start recording this reading before, and I had to stop because I had to center myself again, because and I had to clear the energy, because I felt like I was under some kind of confusion attack, like an attack of confusion. That's what it felt like. And today, like I said, I have these messages I want to deliver to you. It's 2 something in the morning, right? So the procrastination started to come for me today. And I know that procrastination, as much as it can be, you know, about fear and all of that other stuff, the way I see it energetically is it's when either the mind or the heart are outrunning the other. In other words, either our mind has run away with like something that we want to, you know, do, because the mental energy is more masculine and the heart is more feminine energy, or the mental energy is yang energy and the mind is yin energy, right? Thank you, Johnny, by the way, for that suggestion. To help people not be so confused. Maybe we should use yin and yang instead of masculine and feminine. I probably will use both. But anyway, whenever our our mind is wanting to run away with something before our heart can catch up, it causes a schism within self. When our heart runs away with something before our mind can catch up, it causes a schism within self. So it's like we have to come back into inner union. But sometimes the reason we're not in inner union in self to begin with, when we've already accomplished that, is because of external factors. Now, right now, if you're feeling what I've been feeling today, that like mental confusion, that fuckery, and not only is it like mental confusion, but it's also this like wanting to plant a seed of despair. It was almost like that card was planted to make me fear. And it didn't make me fear. It made me question, but I saw myself. I could have fallen in that trap. I almost fell in that trap. Not long ago, I would have fallen in that trap, but I didn't. Because it's like the only thing that can be used against us right now is our own lack of awareness and our own inability to be emotionally smart, which would again be based on our sense of self-awareness. Okay? So I say all of that because it feels very much like this is a message for those of you who have battled with energies that in the past tried to have you take yourself out. For the last few days, I've been hearing this Toni Braxton song in my spirit, and you know, like I am clairaudient. I get messages through music, but it wouldn't leave, right? And so oftentimes it's not going to leave until I you know, like I deal with the energy that is trying to show me. And the song that I kept hearing it's a song from her album. I think it was called The Heat. And it was called I'm Still Breathing. And one of the lyrics goes, there were times when it took all my strength to just get through another day. There were so many nights I thought that I was going to die. And it's a song, and then the chorus goes, not me, I'm still breathing. This old heart of mine is still beating. The tears I cried have dried. You were gone and I survived. I'm still breathing. It feels like whoever this message is for, you may have dealt with attacks that were designed to cause you to unalive yourself. And as such, these were attacks, energies, entities, projections, thought forms, psychic attacks that were sent to cause you to become so split in your own energy and so despairing of your ability to survive because of the split then in your emotional body that it would drive you to the brink of wanting to unalive yourself, and maybe some of you even tried. And first and foremost, before I go further, if anyone is in a state right now of feeling that way, I beg you, get the help you need, because your life is worth living. If it wasn't worth living, these fucking energies wouldn't be coming for you this strongly. And I say this as a person who's dealt with this. I feel today like if this has been your story or this has been your struggle, the very same energies that were designed once upon a time to take you out and to unalive you are trying to come back. Except this time around, you've grown so strong and so powerful in who you are and what you're here to do, that all it can do is give you a little bit of mental confusion. That's all it can do right now. But at the root of it, that's what it feels like it is. So if you've been feeling these energies of like being very unstable, but especially in your mental energy, and it's been feeling like fuckery, then maybe that's the answer. When I delved into why, when I was going into the energies of the last reading, what I got was Saturnian magic in 5th house. And Saturnian magic, in its dark side, is used to restrict, to bind, to get someone stuck. It's very much to do with time. So it can be to pull you into a lower timeline and to trap you into a lower timeline. So for those of you who have previous timelines of depression, of certain forms of you know, mental illness or mental imbalances, or you you know, you tried or you had that kind of ideation, suicidal ideation. For those of you who had that timeline, for many of you, the reason you had that timeline to begin with was because of this Saturnian magic and this attack against your 5th house, because those were the 2 cards that came out before I had to like scrap the video, because I was just like, this isn't, this is, I need to get my own energy more grounded and more, you know, centered in order to deliver this message, because I felt it was scattered. So you've been dealing with these Saturnian magic attacks and attacks against your 5th house. And with the 5th house energy, this is also showing me that this is something from childhood. Okay, this is something that some of you have been dealing with since childhood. If not the actual energy having manifested in your life as mental illness, for some of you it might have, then you were still dealing with the attacks that began in childhood that possibly culminated later on in teenage years, adulthood, with these energies as they built up. And you obviously were not aware of the true origin of them, okay? Whoever you're thinking about, when it comes to who has kept you in these energies in the past, is probably an attack from them again. But it's very funny, because the other energy that was coming out at the same time was that it's also an ascension symptom. So it's kind of, and it does all work together. It can be an ascension symptom and an attack, and I'm going to explain very quickly how and why that is. Ascension symptoms are happening because the light on the planet, the light quotient on the planet is increasing, and we are climbing dimensionally. And as such, what that is facilitating in all of us is the ability to expand in consciousness. But whenever we expand in consciousness, we have to release whatever it was that was restricting us to begin with. So if you were being restricted by, you know, feelings of, you know, shame, any of the lower resonating emotions, you know, especially emotions, then when ascension energies come, it causes you to release these. And so what happens is that you might experience all manner of detox symptoms, from emotional detox symptoms where you might deal with some depression. You might be releasing some of the feelings around, you know, wanting to unalive yourself in the past, or you could be dealing with the release of certain mental energies. So like thought loops, things that you were thinking about, things that people said, commands that were placed in you through repetition, through incantations, through spells, through words, through projections, through thought forms, whether it's, you know, conscious or unconscious, or a magical attack or not a magical attack, it still does the same thing. So you're releasing that mentally, and then also sometimes we release it physically. So however you would have regular detox symptoms if you were going through a detox, whether it's, you know, you get a breakout, or your skin gets dry patches or eczema, a little bit of eczema, or you have a bit of diarrhea or constipation. It's your system having to recalibrate. And as such, you know, with the mental body also, it can create that mental fogginess and that confusion too. But the way it's tied into the attacking energy is because what is providing you an opportunity to ascend, at the same time it's releasing these energies in other people too. And a lot of the time what they're doing is they're resisting ascension. So what they're doing is they're trying to push it back into your field. And then sometimes they're pushing it back into your field through shadow slinging, on top of the other shit they're doing where they're consciously trying to project shit on you. So it kind of all works. It's all interconnected, if that makes sense. Okay. 14 minutes in. Let me go in. What I'm really feeling right now is there are a few things that are under attack if you are a high frequency being. Okay? One thing, some of you have some kind of offer or love coming in. This love, this Ace of Cups energy keeps coming out. And someone's trying to fuck with the timing of that. This is what the Saturnian magic is about. Okay? It's playing with time. Someone is trying to get you to either sabotage yourself by falling into a lower frequency and staying there. or someone's trying to, and then trapping you in a lower timeline, or someone's trying to kind of like bind your opportunity almost. That's what it is too. The fifth house also, the other energy that was coming through is that some of you, it's like they're trying to block your creativity. And fifth house is all about your creativity. And oftentimes when we look at the fifth house and creativity, we think about it like truly just from the aspect of, you know, like being artistic almost. But really what it is, it's your ability to create, because you are a creator. Not all people are creators. This is why there's so much manifestation in this earth. If you haven't, or talking about manifestation, it's picked up in popularity, because if you haven't tuned into your own energy, if you are not back in divine alignment with self and in inner union, whenever you manifest, you are not manifesting off of your energy. You are actually, a lot of the time, other people are taking, let's put it this way, because I don't want to get too deep into this, okay? The fifth house is to do with your solar plexus energy. It's to do with your life force. It's also to do with what I call it's like your own inner gold. It's your own like treasure trove. And in order to release it, it has to go through the birthing energy of the sacral. And then it has to be stabilized and rooted into reality with the help of the energy center, which is your root chakra. And that's how it can also materialize, right? This is how energy travels. A lot of beings, you know, have had their solar plexus hijacked by other energies in order to manifest and build their own abundance here on this earth plane. So as such, they love to target high frequency beings, because a lot of us have very high abilities to create. And the greater your ability to do this, the more valuable you are to others, and the more they want to disempower you to monetize off of your energy, or to harvest off of your energy. So with that fifth house and that Saturnian magic, what I'm really feeling is that with a lot of you, as you call back your own power, you are taking away somebody's meal. And you might not have even been aware you were feeding them, because nobody teaches you about this, right? Nobody taught us about this. This is stuff we've had to learn, because we had to go through seasons of constantly sowing but never being able to seemingly reap. And it's like, what the fuck? This isn't normal, right? This isn't fucking normal. So I feel like this is like some kind of retaliation, desperation, wanting to get control again of something that they should have never been in control of to begin with. And to that extent, there's a level of confusion that is being sent your way in order to, it's to disempower you, but it's also to cause disappointment. It's also to lower your frequency into a place of where you're living in like some kind of shame or fear of moving forward. It's also to play on those feelings that you've been through in the past, where you have been sowing and then you haven't reaped. It's supposed to make you feel like you're going back into that timeline. It's supposed to get you feeling like, so yeah, we have the Sun coming out and the Ten of Wands. Well, no, this is where it's cutting, the Sun and the Ten of Wands. So that's exactly right. The Sun, again, is that fifth house energy. It's Leo energy. It's the solar plexus. But the Ten of Wands is Sagittarian energy. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles below. The Ten of Wands is Sagittarian energy. And it's all about not being able to release. It's about not being able to release the past. And with the Ten of Wands, it's often to do with ancestral baggage or family stuff. At least that's how I read it. what came out? We have, yeah, the Ace of Pentacles. Something new is coming into the earth plane for you. It could be a recovery of your health. It could be new financial opportunities. It's something tangible that wants to come your way now that you've recovered your own energy. And it's like something's coming in and wanting to block you from perceiving it by messing with your crown and your third eye, but also from actualizing it by messing with the solar plexus and by causing, disappointment about your ability to create a new life or your creative endeavors or whatever it is that you're putting your own God-given creatress energies towards. It's like so many times in the past your harvest has been snatched. And while they can't really, because energetically speaking, hopefully you've already cut cords and done all of that stuff to detach your energy from that kind of fuckery. So technically, they can't take from you the way they used to unless they get you back in a place where you can be courted again. And the only way you can be courted is if you are out of alignment with self, if you are falling into a lower timeline again where you can be manipulated. Because I think I showed you in the vibrational scale, the lower vibrational energies, especially the lowest vibration, which is shame, those are the energies that they want you locked in and living in, because that constricts your energy field. It makes your energy field smaller. It makes you small. It puts you in a corner. It puts you in survival mode. And then you are easily manipulated and controlled because, of course, you put someone in survival mode, a lot of the time it makes them more desperate, right? And that's kind of the point. But the thing about it is, what they are not getting is that they've put us in corners many times, and because we're divine beings, we get divine help. But what they're trying to do a lot of the time with this energy is make you so afraid that you reach out again outside of yourself and you betray yourself in some way that they can then be like, oh, gotcha, with the hook. We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. And it's so funny because now when I think about that devil card on the floor, it's just like, thank you for revealing your hand to me. Because once upon a time, there was no devil card on the floor in the morning to tell me to be aware. There wasn't. But there were the attacks that came in and I had no idea I was being attacked, so I would go under. And now it's like we're reaching a level where it's like even before they try something, they're told on. Even before they try to fuck in your energy, they will be told on. And while they're fucking in your energy, they are revealing themselves. It's like they can't hide. There's no veil anymore. Another energy I'm getting here is that they want to trap you into a lower timeline so they can come in and give you a commission. I've talked about this in other readings. A lot of the time with this fuckery, when they are like energy harvesting off of you and you've been providing them with some kind of material energy that they're turning into something material, of course you're not aware of this. And so a lot of the time, because they're diminishing you, you're not able to do what it is you need to do to properly survive and to live well and to thrive, most importantly. And so what they do is they make you out to be a victim almost. And so they come knight in shining armor, like savior, here I come to save the day, let me give you something beautiful, let me give you a gift, let me give you some money, because clearly you need my help, because that's what it's supposed to create. It's supposed to create a mentality, 2:44 my clock, it's supposed to create a mentality of dependence where you think, I cannot live without you, I cannot look after myself, you are my God, you're my savior, let me give all my power, let me give up my power to you. Because when you give up your power to them, then they're able to harness you. You see how the fucking cycle continues to go around and around and around. So a lot of the time, in order to ground these energies or in order to get your false consent, so your unconscious consent, they come with a gift. And you don't even know it's a gift that is like the skimming off the top of what it is that you've afforded them, because here you are thinking you can't do anything for yourself, because that's exactly the predicament they want you in. Two of Wands and the Temperance. So Two of Wands is Aries energy, okay? And the Ace of Wands is the start of all energy. You are moving forward. We have Temperance at the bottom, Sagittarius. Spirit is making a way through the densest of energies to get you through to where you're going to go, for as long as you trust. For as long as you know who you are, with the Temperance angel, for as long as you know your own superpowers, for as long as you're in tune with your earth angel energies, for as long as you're trusting the process and you're moving forward in faith and in hope, knowing that no weapon formed against you can prosper, and every tongue that rises up against you in judgment is already condemned. For as long as you're speaking truth over your path, for as long as you're doing what you have to do to stay in equilibrium, balance, and alignment with your divine power and truth, there's nothing they can do, because literally what I see right now is the fire of God with the Two of Wands and Temperance making a way for you through the densest of energies. And I see Pentacles. Earth is the densest of energies. So even if they're trying to come and ground in some kind of energy, for one thing, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, the earth in her ascended state, as she continues to ascend, she cannot hold on to these old ways of doing things. She cannot hold on to these lower frequency forms of magic and trying to enslave, because the earth herself is ascending and breaking herself out of enslavement and the fuckery of the matrix. And as she does that, she's not accepting these energies to be grounded in her. So they have no grounding for their work. You get what I'm saying? Then on top of that, you have this divine angelic protection with the Temperance, sending fire to move everything out of your path. Fire and water with that Temperance card, to make a way to your crown, because that's what that card was showing too. Yes, look at this. I love it. I love it. The Tower reverse. Whatever towers they try to put in your path, especially today with these mental distortions and psychic attacks and all that other fuckery, it's not working. And look what's at the bottom. You know why? We've got Ace of Swords here. Clarity. Mental clarity. The Ace of Swords is the start, the opening energy for your it's mental energy, because you have control and power over your own mental energy. And even when they come and try to cause distortions, you still know and you still can do what it takes to get yourself into balance. And even if you can't get yourself into balance straight away, you still can just wait your way through the residue of whatever attack they sent you, because you know you're going to be fine. Because it's just residual energy, because the Tower isn't even hitting you fully. It's returning onto them. It's like boomeranging. And it's like, how dare you fucking try to come for this one's crown again? You see the crown here? How dare you? Who the fuck do you think you is? And not only that, but we have the Ace of Swords. It's a sword. And this is making me think of Michael, Archangel Michael, coming and clearing the energy with his sword of truth and power and light, flashing light. It's like they fucked with the wrong one. You see? And then also with this Tower, which is technically in reverse, but I'm going to show you upright. That fire that God's sending you to clear your path, that's it right here. Like burning down that thing that they're trying to put in your way. This could be a female energy for some of you, because I see just a woman falling out of the Tower. In some cards, in some decks, you see a man and a woman, but in this one, it's just a woman. So it could be a woman, a female energy. We got more aces also with that Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles that actually came out. There's something new. There's a new beginning brewing. And this is what they're trying to disturb. And the new beginning is coming again because of the reclamation of your own energy, which is rightfully yours. Six of Swords, Ten of Cups, the High Priestess. The High Priestess. Keep on following your divine guidance. Keep on following what you're being shown, not what it is that other people are wanting to cast illusions on you with, whether it's energetically or with their words or with their feelings, like the manipulations. Keep on trusting your own inner guidance and your own divine guidance. But I'm also getting this message about being very balanced right now in your light and your dark. Okay, and when I say your light and your dark, I'm talking about your empowered shadow. Okay, we have dark energy that when we don't accept it, it becomes our shadow energy that we then have to do a whole bunch of work to heal and get back to a place where we are in acceptance of that part of self and we're wielding it with power. Your shadow, your so-called shadow, when you are empowered, is here to protect you. It's here to protect you. It's here to, when somebody crosses a fucking boundary, for you to use the power of what we call your shadow or your dark energy, your reclaimed shadow, to set a boundary. Whether it's returning to sender, whether it's calling them out on it. Sometimes anger is very high vibrational because it's what helps you break into bliss. You'll see that in the vibrational scale. If you've been living in a place of shame and someone's repressing you, and all of a sudden you rise up and you tell them in truth and you're angry, you're going to shake the fuck out of them for one thing, you know, and you're going to rise into a higher state of power because you're no longer accepting that shit where they're trying to push you down and make you smaller. So anger can be very high vibrational, especially on this healing journey when somebody is trying to command or control your energy or your reality. And that does, but I'm talking about being grounded and intentional with this energy. I'm not talking about, being like lashing out at somebody emotionally. I'm not talking about all of that. I'm talking about this energy of defending what is yours. Like, even if it's through your words, sending that shit back with power, that in and of itself is part of this integration of energies. And if you don't like to look at it as the dark and the light, it also is the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine. It's all these energies that are of duality that have to exist within us in oneness and in unity. Because whenever we try to avoid them, ignore them, reject them, what we're actually doing is making them bigger and allowing them to control us, and not in a healthy way. So we have the Six of Swords and the Ten of Cups. Some of you are like escaping a situation to move into this energy of happiness with others. And it could be, like family energy, or it could be soul family. It's like the Ten of Cups is being able to be with a group of people that feed your soul. People who they're in alignment with your heart soul. And you're moving towards that. And for some of you, this is what's happening for you with the Ace of Pentacles also. This is the breakthrough that wants to come your way. There are new people that are getting ready to enter your life. New opportunities ready for you to come. You're being divinely guided with the Six of Swords. You're choosing your empowered self. You're choosing to liberate yourself from anyone who would try to abuse or misuse or keep you small or cut you down or do this mental shit to you, or the stuff that in the past would have caused you to want to unalive yourself. That would be, again, Swords energy. It's like this person is mad that you're still breathing. I'm still thinking about that song, I'm Still Breathing. It's like this person is like mad you're still breathing. It's like, how is this? How is this person's, after everything that's been sent to them, how is it that they're still breathing? How and why? Like, you're pissing people off here. You're pissing people off by not only staying alive, but also also rising into your divinity, also moving away. Like, you're pissing people off, and then on top of it, you sending back the shit they mean for you. You're sending back their own destructive energy. Oh, hell no, they're mad. They're mad. But this is part of their ascension too. This is part of their ascension too. Because this is an opportunity to ascend if they see it as such. You know, because you can't be, and this is a lesson that we all have to learn on this ascension journey. We can't be walking around talking about we're sovereign and oppressing others, you know? And we definitely can't be walking around talking about we're sovereign and not taking responsibility for everything we create. You mean you created this shit, this tower, and you sent it to me, and you're mad because I'm giving you back your creation. So it's okay. It's a creation when you send it to me. But when it comes back to you, that's when it becomes a miscreation. That's when it's wrong. This is your energy you sent. You conjured this shit up to send to me, and you don't want it back? I don't want it. Seven of Pentacles is at the bottom. That's that energy again of reaping but not sowing. Ugh, it's too many cards. It's too many cards. Let's see if we can go through it very quickly. Six of Wands. This is you. This is you. This is what they're trying to prevent. Because this is Leo energy again. This is solar plexus. This is you getting the recognition you deserve, the accolades you deserve, the abundance you deserve, everything you deserve for, well, for first and foremost, for just being, right? But second and foremost, for what you came here to do, which they try to hijack. We have the Knight of Wands and the Hanged Man. This feels like very impulsive energy that has been stopped. That's what it feels like. Very impulsive energy that was stopped. This person was not working alone. They were working with other people, but it feels like there's some kind of dismantling of this energy. There's some kind of dismantling of this energy because of all of these returns, because of these towers that keep on coming back to them. It's causing, of course, it's causing instability in their own reality because they wanted instability in yours, but they can't handle it when it comes back to theirs. So they've been trying to tear up your relationships, your friendships, your sense of community and family, and now what is happening to them instead. We have the Nine of Wands coming out. I don't know if it's actually in reverse or not because all of these were in reverse. I'm going to just read these intuitively given, yeah, because there's a lot here. So we have the Hierophant, we have the King of Swords, we have the Ten of Swords, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Emperor, and the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands for me is that energy of trying to keep you stuck in, especially because initially I took it out reverse. That means it's trying to keep an energy stuck, keeping you stuck in the nine and moving back to the eights. So the Nine of Wands is all about keeping somebody in a wounded state. And if somebody's in a wounded state, then again, it's that I can sweep in and be your savior, right? I can be your hero, baby. No, we don't need that. The Emperor. Two of Swords. Let me just see how these came out together. There's so many cards. I feel like these are some of the players involved. We have a King of Swords, we have a Queen of Pentacles, and we have an Emperor. So we have, again, every time I see this Emperor energy when we're dealing with this kind of fuckery, I always get like the head honcho kind of thing. But then we have a Queen of Pentacles. Again, that I feel like that's that feminine energy that was here. And then we have a King of Swords. This could be an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini. Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Emperors, Aries energy. The funny thing that I'm getting off the Emperor energy, though, is that it's almost like this Emperor energy, as much as it may be like a head honcho, it's almost like because these people didn't deliver, this Emperor energy is also bringing the fire. I don't know if that makes sense, but it just feels like it's almost like because they're failing the initiation, this the fires that are falling on them are not only the fires that are coming because of because of the towers being returned, but it's also the fire that this Emperor is now sending their way to. This King of Swords and this Queen of Pentacles, they may be married. And signs don't really matter here. This is just the energy that they're working in with this. So the King of Swords is this energy of you know, like being the mastermind behind it, but it's also very cold and calculated. And the Queen of Pentacles energy here is very like very materialistic. So it could also be that she is, if this is a woman, you know, because it could be male or female, it's kind of like this woman's, I'm getting like kept person, kept woman kind of vibe. There's something about this woman's need for luxury that is also kind of bolstering the continuation of these energies. And then the King of Swords is the one who has to be the one who comes up with the plan kind of thing. But it feels like this is actually causing some kind of strain or rift between them too. I feel like this Queen of Pentacles might be, like, in some way she's reporting to this Emperor energy, to this head honcho, but she's not letting him or her know all the details. I feel like she's trying to deceive this Emperor in some kind of way with this Two of Swords. I also am feeling like with the Two of Swords here, this is the energy of a stalemate. I feel like this Queen of Pentacles is like trying to buy time. That's what I'm getting. Trying to buy time in the situation by, and she thinks kind of like by holding back information or by outright like deceiving this Emperor in some ways. And the Emperor is a head honcho, right? By deceiving him or not giving him all the details of what's really happening, that she can buy time. It's like this, they're still believing in what it is that they can do. They still believe in this, with the Hierophant, the energy I'm getting also is like, the Hierophant is an energy of institutions also. It's the energy of institutions. And for me, it can show up as an energy of old world institutions. And it's almost like they're so married to this old way of doing things, this old energy, the fact that this thing has worked in the past, so they think that they can just keep on trying and eventually they're going to get the tower to hit. And it's just like they're not getting that, there's no more, they're not getting that this high frequency being you or whoever you're thinking about. They've already graduated, because the Hierophant is also this energy of going through lessons in order to graduate and ascend. You get what I'm saying? So, yes. We also have a King of Cups who is at the bottom of the deck. A King of Cups. So I feel like this could even be another player. So the King of Cups is like Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Ooh. The King of Cups is the one that's feeding an energy. The King of Cups is the one that's sent to feed the energy. Because again, I'm getting that, I won't get into it again tonight, but I spoke about it a little bit briefly not briefly, but I spoke about it in the reading I did on Wednesday night. This energy of feeding these ocean entities or marine spirits, or, you know, the big kahuna, who somebody like pointed out to me again, which is Leviathan, which is, yeah, I won't really get, because we have the Queen of Cups and we have the Lovers. Yes, we have, oh my gosh. So we've got at the bottom of the deck, we've got the King of Cups. This King of Cups here, I feel like, I don't know. It just feels like there's a lot of characters here. But I feel like this King of Cups here is either another character, or this is emblematic of the fact that there was some kind of grand delivery, or, yeah, some kind of grand delivery to an ocean entity or energy that it's waiting for it. Its hand is out. This King of Cups could very well be the entity. Its hand is out, waiting for it. And you see how this ship in the background is on unsteady waters? That ship is the ship that's holding you know, these people that have failed to deliver on time. Okay, there's something here. We have a Four of Wands, and then we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Lovers, and then we have the Two of Cups. Okay, there's something here about, let me see this. Ooh. There's something here about, like, with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups here. I'm getting that these are entities. I don't normally read the cards like this, but bear with me here, okay? I'm getting that these two are entities. Ooh. I'm getting that these two are entities, and it's like, ooh, it's like they're trying to, it's almost like, I'm going to calm down. It's almost like some of you may be meeting somebody, right, who's going to give you this Ten of Cups. Or some of you are going to be coming back together with your divine partner. There's some kind of union that they were supposed to hand over to this King of Cups. There was some kind of sacrifice of a union that they were supposed to pass over to a King of Cups. And in doing so, it was like the merging of two entities. The merging of two entities to make some kind of like a bigger alliance. Maybe two marine spirits. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just feeling that there was supposed to be some kind of merging of energies. Whether it's like the merging of spirits or some kind of, whatever it is that they're supposed to hand over, that they're supposed to get from you by way of energy harvesting, the solar plexus, all this other stuff. And this is why they're trying to send you mental confusion, psychic attacks, all that other stuff to lower your vibration. The whole point of it is to cause some kind of alliance. Some kind of alliance. I heard an unholy alliance. But I also heard that while this emperor might be aware of that, the head honcho, this King of Swords, the mastermind, and the Queen of Pentacles, this bougie Madonna, that's what they just told me, bougie Madonna figure, is not fully aware. They're not aware of the extent of what's happening here. They're on a needs-to-know basis. It's like there's more interest in the material and in reputation anyway than there is in the actual spiritual things that are actually happening. The Emperor is overseeing what is happening spiritually in this whole thing. Okay, I'm going to stop there because it's getting really long. I didn't expect it to go in this direction or for it to be this long. But anyway, I hope this reading was helpful and insightful. I hope it was clear. Yes. If you would like to work with me, please do go and check out my website, and then you can email me if you want to order a Tarotstrology soul mapping report, or you want to book me for a one-to-one session. I do not do personal readings at this time. I do mentoring, and my mentoring is really geared towards those of you who are in your power, and you know that you are moving up into a position of, you know, guiding others too into their power. That's who I really have been called to work with at this time. Okay, I do not do free services right now. My free service is what I provide here on YouTube. I recognize and realize that financially not everyone can afford my mentoring, and that's also because my mentoring isn't technically for everyone. Same with the tarot astrology soul mapping. This is really if you're very, very serious about your path. But I'm very open to suggestions for how I can assist on your healing journey in a more cost-effective way, whether that is I do some teaching videos on Patreon or Substack or something. Maybe make a membership. I don't know. I also already have a membership on Daily Alchemy members portal, which is through Instagram, where I do 5 times a week. I do writing, like Monday through Thursday. You get a daily message and then a weekend message or a Friday message, depending on how the spirit's moving in me. But yeah, I'm going to look into other options, but I wanted to be very clear because I have people coming to me and asking me for free mentorship. And in all frankness, I wish I could do that, but I live in the real world. You know, I can't. I have to also be conservative with my own energy too. I'm ascending alongside with you. I'm breaking out of a very contentious situation also. Like, it's not a bed of roses for me at all. So I selectively give my energy to those that are very serious about their path and have already come a certain way. But I'm not opposed to offering other services. So your suggestions are welcome. Please feel free to either email me or, even better still, write them in the comment section so other people can see and interject and say, oh yes, this sounds good for me too. This is what I'm dealing with also. I'd love for you to do a video on this. You know, yeah, let me know what your needs are. I am here to serve the collective, but I'm also here to first and foremost look after self. So with that said, I'm going to love you and leave you. I will see you guys again soon. Until next time, be well.